بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Hope you all are fine. In today's class, we are going to discuss something about science. In the previous classes, we are doing the chapter that's name is grouping living things. It means we are making the groups of living things. But how we are making the group of living things? We are making group according to their similarities, that how they having their same or similar functions. Okay. So first of all, we are discussing about plants. We are making group of plants according to their, we have already done in our previous classes. We are having a short review. So how we group plants? We have some tall plants and some short plants. When we are making their group, we will just make a specific group of tall plants and another group for short plants. And two more groups, that are flowering plants and non-flowering. What do you mean by flowering and non-flowering? Flowers which are produced by plants, we can say them flowering plants. The plants which produce flowers, we can call them flowering plants. And what about non-flowering? The plants which cannot produce flowers, so we gave a name to them, that is non-flowering plants. Okay. So in the same way, we have grouped animals too. That are how they move. We are making or taking out their similarities, and according to those similarities we are making their groups. So first of all, we are talking about how they move. So the animals, how they move. They used to move. For example, there are some animals which used to move by their legs. So we can just make a group for them, that these animals used to move, or in order to walk they use their legs. Okay. And what about the swim? Some animals that used to live in water, they used to swim in order to move. Okay. And the animals which used to fly in the sky, so their purpose is to move. Okay. About their body covering. The second is their body covering. We make group of animals according to their body coverings, like how their body is covered. So their body is covered with feathers. Some animals or birds are there whose body is covered with feathers. Okay, so we make a specific group for them, that they can be make a specific group, and we can give the name. These animals these animals having their body covering, that is feathers. What about hair or fur? We make again another group, the animals which having hair or fur. So we give a specific group to them, that these animals having hair or fur on their body covering. Okay. Now the third one is scales. Many animals are there who is having scales on their body covering, so we also categorize them, that these animals having scales on their body covering. So the body covering can be divided into three: the feathers, hair or fur, or scales. Okay. So we have made three groups for this purpose. Now let's move toward what they eat. The animals, what they eat. Now we are making the group according to their food, according to their meal, that what they used to eat. Okay. So there are some animals which used to eat plants. There are some animals which used to eat plants. So we make a particular group for them, that these are the animals which used to eat plants. And there are also some animals which used to eat other animals. So we also make another group for these animals, that they are the animals which used to eat what? Animals, other animals. Now there are some animals which used to eat both plants as well as animals. So we have make a group, particular group for them, that is these are the animals which used to eat both as well as plant and animals. And I have told you that these group having a particular name. That animals which used to eat plants, they are herbivore. Okay, they are herbivore. And what about the animals which used to eat other animal as their food? That are carnivore. Okay, we call them carnivores. And what about the animals which used to eat both plant as well as animal? We give a specific name to them, that is omnivore. Okay. What are herbivores? The animals which used to eat plants. The animals which used to eat plants are called herbivore. What about carnivores? The animals which used to eat other animals, so we call them carnivores. Okay. What about omnivores? The animals which used to eat both the things, plants and animals. So we give a specific name to them, that is omnivores. Okay. Now we are talking about place they live. Okay. We are talking about their habitat, that where they used to live. There are some animals which used to live on land, and some used to live on water, and some used to live on trees. So first of all, as before, we make a group according to their similarities, that similar animals will come in that group, that these animals live on land. We are talking about the animals which live on land, so we make a group for them. That we can make a list and make a group for them, that these are the animals which used to live on land. Okay. So what about water? Animals used to live in water. Okay, in oceans and etc. So we make a particular group for them, that is these animals used to live in water. This is the similarity for that and those animals. What about trees? The animals which used to live on trees, we make a particular group for them, that these are the list of animals and they used to live on trees. Okay, so the tree is their habitat. Okay, so this is all about your topic. Now we are going to do page number 32 in our textbook. So for this, just open your textbook. You know, we are having 2 books in our course. So we are talking or discussing about textbook. In textbook, you have to open page number 32 and hold pencil in your hand. Yes, page number 32. We are doing quick quiz. Now what we have to do, we have to look at these pictures and tell them what they are asking for. Look at the plants below. Look at the plants below. How are these plants grouped? You know how we make a group according to their similarities. Okay. So we have to look on these both plants, group A and group B plant. Now we have to say that what is the similarity of these plants, that they are grouped together. Okay, now see group A, you can see flowers. So we can say these are the flowering plants. Okay, we have learned non-flowering and flowering plants and short and tall plants. So here we are saying that these are flowering plants. So write pencil here, flowering plants. All of you just write down flowering plants. F-L-O-W-E-R-I-N-G, flowering plants. P-L-A-N-T-S, flowering plants. Okay, done. Now we are moving toward group B. Here we have to recognize that which group, that how these plants are being grouped. So we can see there is no flowers. So we know the ant plant which does not produce flowers, we call them non-flowering plants. So what we have to write here? Non-flowering plants. Spelling N-O-N, non. You have to put a small dash over here. Non-flowering, F-L-O-W-E-R-I-N-G, flowering plant, P-L-A-N-T-S. Okay. Now next thing, number 2. What we have to do for this B part? Name another plant that can be placed in group A. Now just think about which plant can come here. This is a flowering plant, so we can add any flower plant. That what we are adding, that is rose. Okay, just write down rose here. Done. Okay, let's move toward number 2. What we have to do here, look at the animals below. There are 2 groups. We have to look them. How are these animals grouped? It is as same as before. So we have to tell them what are their similarities, that they are grouped together. You can see in group C that these animals used to fly because they are having wings for them. So the wing helps them to fly. So we can write here animals having feathers which help them to fly. Okay. Done. Write it with me. Animals having feathers. Done. Okay. Now move toward group D. We have to tell them the similarity between these animals. So you can see we have learned these animals having scales on their body covering. All these animals which are included in group D having scales on their body covering. So we write here animals having scales. Animals having scales. Okay. Number B part. Name another animal that can be placed in group C. Now think which animal can fly, or we can add in group C because these animals used to fly. So we add here owl. Okay. Write down in B part owl. Animals having feathers, and in D animals having scales. And in part B what we are going to write? Owl. Okay. O-W-L. So you have to do it today. Okay. Write down the date and class work here. Now open your book, that is activity book. In activity book we have done these pages, but we are going to have a quick review about this. Page number 2, page number 3, 11, 13, 15 and 19. Okay, just open your book and hold your pencils. On page number 2, we are going to make a group according to their similarities. But here we are talking about plants. Group A and group B. Look at the plants in the boxes below. Okay, these are the plants. You can see. Now, according to these pictures, we have to answer the following questions. Part A, B, and C. But part A is saying, how have the plants been grouped? How have the plants been grouped? So, what we will write in the answer? That how these plants are being grouped? Plants can be grouped by size. Plants can be grouped by their size. That these are the tall plants, these are short plants. So we write here that these plants are grouped according to their size. B and C. Number B part is name another plant that can be placed in group A. What we have to do, we have to think that which plant can be added in group A. So we can think about some tall plant that can be added in group A, and that is rambutan. Tree can be placed in group A. You have already done, you just have to check it. Number C, name another plant that can be placed in group B. Now which plant can be added in group B, because we are talking about the short plants. So rose plant can be added in group B. Okay. Now page number 3. What we are doing here? Look at the plants in the boxes below. You have to do the same thing. There are group C and group D. So we have to answer these questions according to their group C and group D similarities. So A part is, how have the plants been grouped? Why these plants are being grouped? Because, so the answer is plants are grouped because some are flowering and some are non-flowering plants. We can see they are non-flowering and these are flowering plants. So the difference between them, these both group is, these are non-flowering and these are flowering. So we make a group according to their similarities and difference. Plants are grouped because some are flowering and some are non-flowering plants. Now, number B part. Name another plant that can be placed in group C. Now what we have to do? We have to add some more plant in group C, and that is, we are going to add lily can be placed in group C. Okay, we have add lily in this group. Okay, now part C. Name another plant that can be placed in group D. Now we have to think that which plant can come in group D, because the group D plants are non-flowering. So we have to think about a plant that is non-flowering, and that is moss can be placed in group D. Okay. Now page number 11. Activity number 3. What you have to do? We have to study how animals move. So they are the list of animals. You can just go through it. Look at these animals below. These are the list of animals. You just have to do what? On page number 11, group A and group B is different. Now the question is, think of how the animals on page number 10 move. We are talking about how animals move. So here we are going to make a group according to their move. Think of how the animals on page number 10 move. Place these animals into two groups. Okay. So here in group A, we are going to make a group for the animals which used to fly. So we just go through page number 10 and we can just make a list from this page that how many animals used to move by flying. Okay, so we will write here the list of the animals which used to fly. And in group B, we can say these animals, or we can make a group that these animals are moved by their legs. So these animals use their legs in order to move themselves. So you can just go through page number 10 and just select out the animals which used to move, such as tiger, kitten. So these animals, just find out more. So these animals used to move with their legs. Okay. Now you also have to answer the following question. Number 2 is, how have the plants been grouped? How we make a group for these plants according to their movement. So plants are grouped that how they move. Okay. Number 3, how are the animals in group A similar to one another? Now we have to take out the similarity of group A, that why we add these all animals in group A. So what is the similarity among these animals? Yes, because these animals fly with their wings. Because these animals fly with their wings. Number 4. What we have to do in number 4, how are the animals in group B similar to one another? Now we have to tell them that why we write here these list of animals. What is the similarity among them? So, because these animals walk by legs. They use their legs in order to move. Okay. So these all the animals used to walk by their legs. Okay. Page number 13. We have already done same as previous page. We have to make a list and you already have done, just check it. Question number 2. How have the animals been grouped? Animals are grouped because of their body covering. Because here we are discussing about animals' body coverings. Okay. So these animals are grouped because of their body covering. Number 3. How are the animals in group A similar to one another? Because these animals have scales, body covering. The similarity among group A is these animals all have scales on their body covering. So this is the similarity among the animals of group A. Okay. So the answer is because these animals have scales, body covering. Now number 4. That is, how are the animals in group B similar to one another? Now we are discussing about group B. That how they are similar? We have written because they having hair or fur on their body covering. They are similar because of their hair or fur. Okay. So the similar thing among these animals of group B is because these animals have fur or hair, a body covering. Their body is covered with hairs or fur. Okay. Now move toward page number 19. Sorry, first 15 we are going to discuss. We have learned that what animals eat. Now we will group them according to their eating properties. Okay. So there are 3 groups. Group A, Group B and Group C. Available on page number 15. So we have to go through these animals group and have to answer the following questions. So you can see animals in group A, you can see the animals of group B and have a look on animals of group C. Now what is the similarity among these animals? So how have the animals been grouped? Animals are grouped that what these animals eat. Okay, we are making the group according to their eating purpose. List 2 other animals that can be placed into group A. Now we have to think that how another animals can be added in group A. We will add here goat and cow. Okay. Now number 3, list 2 other animals that can be placed into group B. So we will have to think about that which animals can come in group B. So we will write here the answer. Number 4, list 2 other animals that can be placed into group C. That which another animals can come in group C because these are the animals which used to eat grass or plants. The group A animals used to eat plants. So we can give the name to them that these are herbivores. Okay. What about group B? These are the animals which used to eat other animals. Okay. So we give a proper name to them, that is carnivore. Okay. Group B, these animals used to eat other animals. What about group C? These are the animals which used to eat both as well as plant and animals. So these are the similarities of group A, B and C. Now move toward page number 19. What we are doing here? we have to look on these picture available on page number 18. Then we will think that what are their habitat, okay, where these animals used to live. Number 4, we will have to write the answer because you have already done this. How have the animals been grouped? Animals have grouped that where these animals live. Okay, we are making the group according to their habitat. Number 5, in which way are the animals in group A similar? Now, why we make a group for these animals available on group number A? Because these animals used to live on land. So, the similarity among these all animals is they used to live on land. Now, number 6. In which way are the animals in group B similar? Now, we have to tell them that these animals are similar in which way. So, in group B, we have written that these animals used to live on trees. The similarities among these animals are that they used to live on trees. So, the answer will be because these animals live on trees. And after this page, you are having 22 and 23, and that you have to do yourself. Okay, I have given you the homework last time. So, you have to do yourself. So, we have complete our chapter, that is grouping living things. We have to study about this. We have make a group about plants that are tall and short and that are flowering and non-flowering. We have 4 groups for plants. And same, we make a group for animals, that how they move, legs, swim and fly. These are 3 groups for how they move. Okay. The body covering, we have discussed about the body covering. Feathers, hair of fur and scales. Again 3 groups for body covering. What they eat. Okay. Plants, animals or both. So again 3 groups for their food. What they eat. Now place they live. Their habitat we are going to discuss about. Some animals used to live on land, some used to live on water, some used to live on trees. So we again make 3 groups for this purpose, that we are discussing about their habitat. And we have done this page number 32 in our textbook, and activity book page number 19, 15, 13, 11, 3 and 2. So we have completed this chapter. In copy we have done question answer. So this is all about this chapter, and take care and hello.